Hi, I'm Niall from Gulfstream Boat Sales. Today I want to show you around a 2006 Maxum 2400 SC3. It's a big sports cuddy, it's a beautiful boat in fantastic condition. It's fitted with a Mercruiser 350 mag, 300 horsepower stern drive engine matched up to a Bravo 3 drive. So it's got bags of power and performance for doing water sports, but it's also a really spacious boat inside, lots of seating in the cockpit, a really big cuddy cabin as well, which gives you the genuine possibility of overnight stays and weekends away. It's only got 145 hours on the clock, comes complete with a twin axle trailer, full camper covers, tonneau cover, full suite of electronics, and the boat is in fantastic condition. So I'm going to take you a walk around the boat, show you all the features and equipment on board, and we're also going to put the boat through its paces in the water just to show you how it performs underway. I've known the last two owners of this boat personally, and I know it's been looked after like a baby. They've taken really good care of it. It's spent the majority of its life in fresh water as well, and it really shows, you know, the fact that it's been well looked after. The gel coat finish with above and below the rub rail still has a nice deep lustrous shine to it. The condition of all the deck hardware, we've got these pop-up stainless steel cleats, got a chrome rub rail running all the way down around the boat. It's all in really good shape. The Maxum name badge, the graphics, everything's in really nice shape. The window frame, it's got an aluminium windscreen surround, it's all in perfect condition as well. As you can see, the boat has been anti-fouled. This was done actually by ourselves just at the start of this season as well, so it's got a fresh coat of anti-fouling paint and it's really ready to go for the season. The condition down along the starboard side again is very nice. All the cleats and everything are in good condition. The rub rail is nice. There's a couple of little marks here and there around the boat, which is to be expected on this age of boat. So you got a little mark on the cleat here, a little mark on the rub rail. But really, you've got to be looking close to see them. And yeah, like I said, a boat of this age, you are going to get the odd little nick and scuff here and there. But generally speaking, the boat looks really striking, and it would easily pass for, you know, a 2 or 3 year old model. A lot of you probably know that Maxum as a brand have been discontinued. They're owned by Brunswick as a parent corporation that also owns brands like Sea Ray and Bayliner, and they own Mercruiser and Mercury Outboards. So during the economic downturn, they discontinued Maxum just to sort of consolidate their brand offering. But the 2400 SC3 was such a popular boat that what they did was they basically changed the badge on the side of it to say Bayliner, and they've introduced it into the Bayliner model lineup as the 802 cuddy, which is still in production today. So with virtually no changes. So this is like a bang up-to-date boat design. There's lots of great features in it, and yeah, it's just a really capable boat. And like I said, you know, it really does present like a boat that's much younger than it actually is. With the Mercruiser 350 mag engine making 300 horsepower matched up to this the Geoprop Bravo drive, the boat is fantastic for, it's got great performance, and it's fantastic for water sports, pulling skiers, pulling water toys and things. We've got this extended twin platform, which extends over out to the full width of the boat. It's in nice condition. There's one little mark here on this side, where it's obviously just, the owners must have caught a jetty or something. It's a common area on these boats that is subject to a little bit of damage. But it's purely cosmetic. The things in really solid, you know, the mounts and all are in very good shape. We've got this central stainless steel ski tow point. We've got a stainless steel handrail for helping yourself up onto the boat using the fold-in boarding ladder on the starboard side here. And then we've got like a little transom seat there, which is a great place to sit if you're putting on skis or wakeboards. And that's sitting on top of a huge big locker. So I'll open that up in a minute and just show you inside. Taking a look at the stern drive, it's a Mercruiser Bravo 3 unit. Like I said, it's got twin counter-rotating propellers, so it gives you good, you know, transmits the power to the water very efficiently, gives the boat a great turn of speed, gets it up on the plane quickly, keeps it on the plane down to lower speeds, and this one's in really nice condition. The current owner has actually just had it in with us at the beginning of the season for a full service. We did everything we changed the bellows, we did the gimbal bearing, the drive was fully serviced, oils were changed, anodes were renewed, the engine was serviced at the same time, so it really is completely sorted, and other than your routine annual maintenance, there's going to be nothing to worry about for at least sort of 3 seasons on the boat. The bellows, the rubber bellows which connect the drive to the transom, they're a service item that are due to be replaced on about a 3-year service schedule, so it's quite an expensive job as well, so it's really good that all that work has been done, and you can see copies of the invoices to show it's been taken care of as well. So underneath this little transom seat, we have an absolutely huge locker. It extends, there's a little pocket in here, so it extends out to the full width of the boat. So that means if you want to put skis or something in there, you can do. It'll accommodate wakeboards, ropes, fenders, life jackets, you name it. It's a huge big trunk, it'll carry loads of gear. So it lifts on a gas assist strut as well, and all the little catches and the strut and the hinge, everything's, it's all stainless steel fittings throughout this boat. Because it was a Maxum, you know, it was a quality boat at the time, and it has all those nice luxurious touches to it, and everything's, you know, they stand the test of time, so it's all in really nice condition. Another great thing about this boat, which again makes it feel bang up to date, is we've got this transom walkthrough. So we've got this moulded non-skid floor with a little hinged opening door to get access into the cockpit, so you don't have to climb over any seat cushions. You know, you don't have to negotiate an obstacle course to get inside the boat. This boat has the optional L-shaped lounge seating. So we've got twin bucket seats up at the front for the helmsman and the passenger. Both of those have flip-up bolsters as well. And then behind that we've got this lovely big L-shaped lounger arrangement. So there's a filler seat. The filler piece goes in here, and with the transom gate closed, that gives you another, you know, it extends that bench right the way out to the side of the boat. So you'll easily accommodate probably 4 or maybe 5 adults around that. It's great on a sunny day. You can use it as a sun pad. There is a filler piece which we'll set up and take some pictures of just to show you, which basically brings this out into like a square sort of sun pad arrangement, so you can use it as a full-size sun pad, or it could even double up as an extra bed if you're spending the night on board with the camper covers up. So you really notice this is a fantastic cockpit. If you're looking for a day boat, with, you know, a boat that's going to be primarily used for day cruising and for water sports and stuff, with the possibility of maybe the odd overnight on board, you'll struggle to find one with a better cockpit than this, certainly in this size range. There's loads of room in here. It doesn't feel even remotely cramped. It's really spacious. There's plenty of space for people to move around the cockpit, and even if you've got stuff stored on the floor, you know, like picnic boxes or whatever, life jackets and things, it's not going to feel crowded or anything in here. So I really like the layout of this boat. I think it's really modern, bang up to date, and condition-wise, it's excellent as well. The upholstery is all in very, very nice condition. I think there's one little nick on the driver's seat, which I'll show you in a minute. But apart from that, the leather interior is unmarked. The carpets are in really nice condition. It's snap-out carpets, so you can lift the carpets, hit them with a power washer. You can power wash the decks. It's got a self-bailing deck, so it's easy to keep it clean. And again, all the little fixtures and all the little hinges on the doors, the sink, and the pull-out tap arrangement, the cool box, the little low-level lighting throughout the cockpit, it's all in really great shape. This little picnic table is great for if you're sitting on board having some drinks. You can swivel the forward seats to face aft, and you'll fit 4 or 5 people around the table. You can remove it and set it up in the cabin as well. So if you're sitting downstairs, you can use it down there. This, like I said, really comfortable lounge. There's handrails placed throughout the boat, so virtually every passenger has a handrail within easy reach as well. And another thing I really like about the boat is even if you're sitting right at the back of the cockpit, the gunnels come up to shoulder height. So and you're sort of sitting below the level of the forward windshield, so you feel safely cocooned inside the boat. And for kids and things, with the transom gate closed, it's really good. You keep a close eye on them, and there's no easy route out for them. So nice, safe cockpit. The boat has a great helm position as well. So we've got a really supportive bucket seat with the flip-up bolster, so you can sit on top of the bolster, and it gives you great visibility over the top of the windshield and around the back of the boat. but with the bolster down. I'm looking through the middle of the screen, because the bow sort of tails away, drops off towards the front. You never lose sight of the horizon whenever you're putting the boat up on the plane, and it's a really comfortable driving position whenever you're underway. The seat's adjustable. We've also got a tilt adjustable steering wheel as well, so it's going to be really easy to get a steering position that suits you. The throttle lever falls pretty easily to hand over here on the right hand side. It's mounted on a upholstered armrest as well. And then in terms of the equipment and instrumentation, it's all really well done. So we've got these Fore gauges. We have a full range of them. We've got a voltmeter, temperature. We've got a digital depth gauge. We've got our tacho with a digital hour meter, and it's showing only 144.9 hours on the boat, which is nothing to a boat like this. It's been really lightly used. We've also got our speedo, oil pressure, trim gauge, and the fuel gauge there as well. So the owner just recently installed this year a Garmin GPS map 551, so it's brand new 5-inch color chart plotter, and we've also got a VHF 100i radio just down here at my knee, mounted low down out of the way. So that's brand new as well. So if you're using the boat, you know, for coastal cruising or whatever, or even if you're in the lakes and you're going to be going out after dark, you want to make sure you can get home safely. Having that GPS and the radio to hand is really good, just as an extra safety precaution. We've got our switch gear then for our horn, engine blower, bilge pump, accessory switches, the courtesy lights and navigation lights, and everything's in really nice, everything's working as it should be. The owner also was telling me he replaced the stereo, so we've got a brand new JVC stereo head unit again, which is fully working. So that's mounted right at the helm, so it's easy to control the volume and change the channel and things. So yeah, really, it's in really nice shape. Nice grey dash with this little black hood over the dials, which doubles up as it's a nice design touch, but it also reduces the glare on the screen if you're out on sunnier days. And as you can see, the boat was originally sold by the Northern Ireland dealer from Maxum back in 2006, so it's a proper UK boat. It's CE certified by the factory, and it's got a really solid history. Engine access on the boat is really easy. All you have to do is make sure that the cockpit table is out of the way, and it just lifts up. Just pull this handle. The engine hatch lifts up on a couple of gas struts. So it's a Mercruiser 350 MI. There's only 150 hours on the clock, and it really looks it. The engine bay is immaculate. The engine is in fantastic shape. Again, because the boat spent the majority of its life in fresh water, this is the result. You get no corrosion in the engine bay. It's all nice and clean. It's not even been treated with corrosion spray. You know, it's totally dry, and that's the original factory finish on the manifolds and on the block. You know, it's a nice shiny finish on the paint. Belt's in really good shape. All the pulleys look good. The engine mounts are nice and clean. And like I said, the engine's been fully serviced at the start of this season at considerable cost to the owner, including all the stern drive stuff, the gimbal bearing and the bellows. We also serviced the engine, changed the oil and filters, and just give it a general inspection. We plugged it into our diagnostic software there as well, and it's fault free and in really nice condition. So there's the oil as well, so you can see the oil is crystal clear on the dipstick. It's a really good sign. And it's starting first turn of the key and running really well. This is a 300 horsepower motor, so the performance is excellent. It jumps up on the plane in no time at all. It'll run right up to about 50 miles an hour flat out, which is a great turn of speed for a boat of this size. And the beauty of it as well is because there's so much power on tap, it only really needs about a third throttle or half throttle to get the boat up on plane and keep it there. So if you're running at sensible sort of speeds, at around a third throttle or half throttle, it's an economical boat to run as well. Now if you want to open up the taps and blast around the bay at 50 miles an hour all day long, you will go through a bit of fuel, but if you're running the boat sensibly and not putting the engine under too much stress, it'll maybe depend on the sort of use, but 50 to 100 pounds a day for a full day on the water would cover your fuel bill. So in here as well, we've got a twin battery system there. with the isolator switch here. We've got an automatic fire extinguisher, and we've got a manual bilge pump as well. So again, that's another feature you don't always find on American sports boats, but Brunswick always put a backup manual bilge pump. So if your electric bilge pump fails for any reason, you've got that there as a safety backup as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the boat in the water and put it through its paces. We'll show you how she gets on the plane. We'll do a run past it at full throttle and stuff, and you can just see how well this boat goes. But yeah, it's a really nice running boat, and because it's so big as well, you know, 24 feet, an 8'6" beam, she's great around the coast. You know, if you are using her in coastal conditions or out on larger inland bodies of water, it'll cope with choppy conditions with ease. And she's a really confident, inspiring boat. You know, it feels nice and stable and safe out on the water. So, as well as having the ability to put a smile in your face whenever you want to open it up and throw it around a bit. So, we'll show you the water test footage now, and you can see for yourself. Access out onto the foredeck of this boat is really good because we've got these 3 nice wide steps moulded into the dash moulding there. They've all got non-skid surfaces, and we've just got a nice wide opening section on the windshield as well. So you've got unencumbered access out onto the front of the boat. So the actual foredeck itself is nice and flat. It's got 2 integrated handrails on it. It's fully moulded non-skid surfaces up there. And it's a great spot to go and sunbathe on better days because it's nice and flat and you've got those handrails. It's pretty safe up there. There's also a huge big anchor locker at the front of the boat, and there's an anchor roller as well. So a lot of these, particularly these American sports boats, the more stylish looking ones, they often forget the practicalities like an anchor roller. So if you want to go out and drop an anchor in a bay, you have to tie the thing off a cleat and make sure you don't run the anchor rope over the top of the rail and stuff like that. So the fact that this one has a dedicated anchor locker plus the little roller there with a cleat and things to tie it off to, it's those little practical touches that really contribute to the joy of ownership. So it's really well thought out. Being a Brunswick product as well, they have a long established history of building quality boats, and they just get all the little details. They just get them right. Access into the cabin is through this sliding door, and then we've got just two small steps down in here. So whenever you get into this cabin, you sort of wonder how they fit so much space into it. But this is for a sports cuddy. This is about, it's particularly 24 feet sports cuddy. This is about as big a cabin as you will find. It's got loads of room in here. I would say you could probably easily fit maybe you could, at a push, you could fit 5 adults down in here. The table, like I said, goes in here, so you can sit down here and have a cup of tea or a picnic. We've got some spotlights up at the front of it. We've got speakers, for stereo speakers down here as well. The owner has fitted an overhead, nice bright overhead LED light there as well, and it converts into a double bed at night time, and it's a huge double. There's lots of there's more than enough leg room here. The seat back is in nice position, so you're well supported when you're sitting down in here. You've got storage then all the way around the seat back, and this little shelf up at the front of the cabin. And then another really big advantage of this boat, which on a genuine day boat or overnighter is essential, is this. It's a proper sea toilet. So it's a pump out sea toilet. It's plumbed, draws the water in from the lake or the sea and flushes out overboard. So that's really good to have that, just for peace of mind for kids or whatever on board. It means that if you do go away for a day or the weekend, you don't have to be worrying about being away from the jetty for too long. There is a little curtain as well, which is down in there, which you can screen this off from the rest of the cabin just for privacy. So that's there and that's included. And you'll also see that we've got the original owner's pack here as well, with all the manuals, paperwork, and all the necessary documents for the boat. So condition wise in here is really nice. The upholstery is in great shape. The headlining and stuff is very nice as well. And then we've got the carpet around the sides of the cabin wall, and everything's nice and dry, and there's no smells or anything down here. We've got this open and port light as well, for added ventilation and stuff. And this is a pleasant place to spend time. And if you do want to spend the odd night on board, or just have somewhere where the kids can get in out of the elements, if you're out for a long day, or maybe you want to put one of them down to sleep or something, having this cabin here for that purpose is great. We've set up the sun pad, the full lounger here at the back of the boat, and I just thought we'd do a quick video to show you it. So, because it's huge. I mean, you got this piece, this filler piece goes in here. We've also got this piece to extend it over to the side. We've also, we've got this like side bolstered bit as well, so it's nice and comfortable in this seat. And they've left this little bit so you can still get at the cockpit wet bar. So this is all in really nice condition. This just sits. There's the solid piece goes in there to give you support, and then you basically turn the whole aft end of the cockpit into a sun pad. Or like I said, whenever you get the camper covers up, this would equally work just as well as a bed for kids or something. If you're staying in the cabin, you get the kids out here. And the camper covers, we'll put those up as well and get some photographs on the website of the covers in position. But they come, the bimini top extends quite far back, and the curtain comes down at a pretty reasonable angle, so you don't really lose any headroom or anything whenever the covers are up. So you've got the full cockpit as extended sort of living space after dark, or if the weather turns against you. So having those there is a really good added bonus too. Everywhere you look in this boat, there's just more storage space, so I just wanted to take a minute and show you sort of the main places you have for storing gear and equipment. So we've got this locker underneath the floor, which lifts up on a gas assist strut, and it's really deep. Again, it'll swallow up lots of fenders and things. The water tank is in there as well, the fresh water tank, which is nice. It's well forward in the boat for weight distribution. We've also got that huge transom locker that I showed you already, and then we've got a big locker underneath this seat cushion as well. So just lift this out of the way. You can see that this locker is fully lined and drained. There's a big deck drain in it at the back there, so if you want to put wetsuits in there or life jackets, fire them in there, the water will run out of it. The owner's got a spare belt left in there for it as well. And you can see the quality, whenever you look behind the scenes and it's all molded liners in the lockers, deck, drains in the lockers and stuff, it really indicates the quality of this, the standards the boat was built to. If you're looking at this boat, there's probably a good chance you're trying to weigh up in your mind whether you should go for a sports cuddy or a sports cruiser. Something with a bigger cabin, more accommodation downstairs, maybe an extra berth and a separate toilet and shower compartment and things. And it's a pretty common sort of thing to be struggling with. We've gone through it ourselves. We would have started out boating on bow riders and then moved up to like 21 to 22 foot cuddy cabins. Then we made the jump to like a 25 foot and eventually a 28 foot sports cruiser. And we've actually gone back now to a boat not dissimilar in size to this, 25-foot sports cuddy, a big cuddy. And the reason we did that was because we found that with the sports cruiser, while we had great notions of going away for extended periods of time on the boat with the kids and, you know, taking like a week's holidays and stuff on board, we only really did it like once or twice. And the rest of the time we were just hauling around a big cabin, an extra weight, and also had more money invested in the boat as well to do that. And whilst sacrificing the cockpit space, which is where we spent the vast majority of our time. So if you go to like a 24-foot or 25-foot sports cruiser, your cockpit is small. You don't have as much sociable sort of seating area and stuff on the actual cockpit. Yes, you get a bigger cabin, but it sacrifices cockpit space and, you know, the space at the back end of the boat for water sports and stuff. So we found that what we were really wanting to do was a little day cruises. Very, very occasionally we might have spent the night on board, and we were looking to do water sports and stuff and tow rings and skiers and things. And so that's the reason why we went back to a boat like this, because this does that job infinitely better than a sports cruiser does. Now don't get me wrong, sports cruisers are great, and if you're going to spend time on board and, you know, make a point of getting down to the boat regularly and going away and using all the accommodation that's on board, then it's fantastic. But if it's just sitting in the marina and you're never sleeping on the boat and stuff like that, then it really, you know, it's wasted space. Whereas this boat here would do the job better. So that's what, as our family, that's what we found, and I really like this. Is my favourite type of boat. Given the choice of anything at the minute, this is just with the way that our life is. We have a pretty hectic schedule. Getting time to get down to the boat can be difficult, and whenever we are down there, we just want to, you know, go out for a few hours at a time, sit and socialise in the cockpit, do a bit of water sports and stuff, and head back in. And if we want to pull it out on the trailer or take it somewhere else, this size of boat is easy to do that with. You know, it's nice and manageable, and you can tow it with an ordinary car without worrying about putting extra, you know, pressure in your vehicle or whatever. You know, it's still very easy to own and easy to manage. And I really, really like this boat. I think the quality's second to none. It's really low hours. I think it's great value. And 350 mag is really the engine to have if you're anyway performance minded or if you're anyway interested in water sports. That 350 mag engine is just a dream. So yeah, hopefully this one might tick the boxes for you as well. So there you have it. The boat's a 2006 Maxum 2400 SC3 with a Mercruiser 350 mag, 300 horsepower stern drive. It comes complete with a twin axle trailer. It's got a full set of camper covers. It's got a tonneau cover. It has a GPS chart plotter and a VHF radio, which were just installed this year. And the boat's in really nice condition throughout. Beautiful finish to the gel coat. It looks the part with that black hull stripe, and it's just been fully serviced and anti-fouled. And you can buy it with complete peace of mind. There's nothing to worry about for the coming seasons ahead. And I think she makes great value for money. If you're interested and you'd like to find out more, come along and view the boat, maybe get a sea trial, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. You can just give me a call or drop me an email or fill out the callback request form on our website, and I'll get in touch with you at the time that's convenient. Thanks for watching.